If you're closing your rings but not losing weight, it's probably because you're tracking the wrong number. And in the next 10 seconds, I'm going to show you the number that actually matters, because the move ring alone is not your daily calories. Grab your phone with me, open the fitness app and tap the move ring. Then look for the bit that says total. That total is what you burn for the entire day. That's your resting plus active calories combined, your total daily energy expenditure. And that's the number that we're looking to use to help us lose weight and tone up. Hey, I'm Tim and I've owned my own fitness business and worked as a personal trainer and nutrition coach for the last 16 years. I've worked in high-end health clubs right the way through to owning my own CrossFit gym. I've learned a few things along the way. And I like the Apple Watch because it's not perfect, but it's consistent. And consistency is what gets us results. And by the end of this video, you'll know 1, what each ring actually means, 2, how Apple calculates your total calorie burn, and 3, how to use that number to set a simple deficit so you actually start to lose weight and look a bit more toned, all without guesswork. And who doesn't want to be less fat and look better with their clothes off? Am I right? And stick around, because in a minute I'm going to show you the one setting that quietly wrecks calorie estimates if you haven't updated it. Alright, first up then, let's make sure we understand exactly what we're looking at. Because once you get this, fat loss becomes way easier. There are 3 rings. Very simply, the first one, red, that is your move ring. That's your active calories. Green is your exercise ring. This is the minutes you're working hard enough for it to actually count as exercise. And blue is the stand ring, which is basically a nudge saying, get up off your backside and get a little bit of movement in. And now here's the key. Most people, they only chase that red ring and then they wonder why they're not losing any weight. I've experienced and seen this for years with new clients. They'll say, Tim, I'm closing my rings every day, but they're still eating more than they burn. Now, rings are great for building good habits, but habits don't automatically equal a calorie deficit, and that's the thing that we're starting to work on now. Okay, so let's try and understand what our total calories actually are and why that number matters. Okay, so your daily calorie burn, your total daily energy expenditure, is made up of 2 things. The first one, resting calories. This is what your body will burn to just keep you alive, breathing, your organ function, body temperature, etc. Stuff like that. That's happening even if you do nothing. So you wake up and you just lie there blinking, you're burning calories. And number 2, active calories. That's your move ring. This is walking, training, doing life stuff, all that kind of bits and pieces. So total calories is the amount of resting calories that we burn and the amount of active calories we burn, our total daily energy expenditure. I'm going to keep coming back to that. And this is where people get confused with this, because they see that move ring and they think, right, that's my daily calories done. But it's not. That's just the extra bit on top. For fat loss, we need to know what the total is, because that's the closest thing your watch gives you to your day-to-day actual energy use. Now, if you want to, you can double check this in a bit more detail. You can also go into your health app, look at active energy and resting energy. But for most people, the fitness app total, that's the simplest place to be. Okay, earlier on, I told you there was one setting that if you got this wrong, it's going to throw your whole total daily calorie expenditure calculations out of whack. This is the setting that I promised, and it matters more than most people think. If your weight in Apple Health is out of date, your calorie estimates will be off. So if you've lost weight recently or you've gained weight recently, but your phone and the Apple Health app still thinks you're the old number, your watch is working with out of date, dodgy information. So do a quick check, open up the Apple Health app, tap on your profile, go to health details and make sure that your age, height and weight are correct. That one update can instantly make your calorie tracking more reliable. So now we're getting into the part that actually changes your body. Fat loss comes down to a calorie deficit over time. Not perfection, not punishment, just consistent effort. Your watch is going to give you the output, and we want to try and match that with your intake and then we make small changes to move the needle in the direction we want it to go in. It's simple. Okay, then step one, we need to get a baseline, and we're going to use a full week here, 7 days. So here is what I would do with you if you were working with me in the gym and we were coaching this through properly. For the next 7 days, don't do anything extreme. Just live your normal life, but do these 2 things. 1, wear your watch all day, and if you can, wear it at night so you're tracking your sleep. And 2, each evening, just before you go to bed, check your total daily calories and just make a little note of it. And at the end of that week, we're going to have a rough average. And this is why I really like these types of things with busy adults, because it's simple. You don't need to go to a lab and do elaborate tests. You just need consistent data and a plan you can stick to in your normal day. Now, step number 2, we need to move into the food side of things, and we need to get this right, but without making your life miserable. You've got 2 options here. Option 1, track your food for 1, maybe 2 weeks using any calorie counting app that you want to use. Not forever, but just long enough to actually understand what's going on. And the reason why we do this is because I have had countless numbers of clients over the years saying to me, Tim, I hardly eat anything, but I'm not losing any weight. But when it comes down to it and we actually dig in and start tracking, they start to understand that all those little bits of extra snacks and the lattes and the frappuccinos and the weekend little bits and pieces, they're putting them 400, 500, 600 calories over what they think, and therefore the weight loss, it just isn't happening. So use that app for a short amount of time just to get an understanding of where you are right now. Option 2, if you really don't want to do the tracking side of thing for 1 to 2 weeks, that's fine. Still use the watch to guide your habits. But if you can, even tracking for 1 or 2 days is usually the fastest way to stop guessing and give us an awareness over what we're doing. Step 3, we want to try and create a small deficit, the sustainable sweet spot, 200 to 250 calories underneath maintenance level if we're trying to lose weight, something that we can manage in our normal everyday life without feeling starving, right? Once you know what your average total calories, you create that small deficit. And like I said, for most of us, myself included, busy adults like you and I, 200 to 250 calories per day as a starting point is great. It's not crazy, it's not punishment, but it is just enough to start to create momentum. And you get there by doing boring things consistently. Slightly smaller portions. Have 1 or 2 less cups of tea with milk and sugar. Eat more protein, more green, fibrous, nutrient-dense vegetables. Manage your starchy carbohydrate intake, so your rice, potato, pasta, bread, that kind of thing. Have a smaller portion of that, and keep movement steady and consistent throughout your day. Okay, next up then, we want to think about that move goal so that we're encouraging ourselves to move. So most people either accept the default option that pops up through there, or they set it ridiculously high, fail, feel guilty, and quit. Instead, look at what you normally do here. Let's just say if you usually hit around 400 active calories a day, set it to 500. It's a small nudge in the right direction, but it's also something that you'll be able to hit even on those really busy days. This will create a little bit more energy output, so more fuel burn without you turning into some kind of crazy double training day full-time athlete wannabe. Next up, I want to do a quick reality check on things here. So most people will say to me, Tim, I want to lose weight and tone up. And when we drill into it, they don't actually know what lose weight and tone up means. This is what it means. It means be less fat and look better with your clothes off. So you have that more toned look. We're showing a little bit more muscle definition. So the watch will help with that less body fat side through consistent movement and your calorie deficit. But for the tone part, you need to add in resistance training. 2 to 4 sessions a week is absolutely fine. Use your own body weight, use dumbbells, get yourself into the gym like we are now, whatever fits your life. And if you want some guidance on that type of thing and how to do it, then the link is below. I've got my 4-step fitness blueprint with the 4 simple steps that you can start to work on today to help move that needle in the right direction. Download that one, and I've also got some simple exercise programs that you can follow. They're properly structured and progressive. That again is going to help with that toned look, so we can go from body weight to dumbbells through to a full gym setup. Have a look at those below. They're going to move that needle for you. So moving on then, we should probably talk about mistakes that I see happening all the time with clients, and this is quite an obvious one to me, but maybe not to you. A lot of people will treat their fitness tracker as being perfectly accurate, and it isn't. It's an estimate. Use it to identify trends and patterns. Don't treat this thing as gospel. I mean, allow that flexibility within there. We're trying to build good, consistent habits here. Mistake number 2, and man, do I hear this one a lot. Mavis has just done her yoga class and she's tracked it and she's burnt 300 calories, so she's earned the blueberry muffin that she's just bought from the cafe along with her caramel latte. No. You haven't earned it. You probably haven't even burnt the amount of calories that your watch is telling you you have burnt. And just because it says you've burnt X amount of calories doesn't necessarily mean you need to immediately replace them. If you're doing that, you're cancelling out all that hard work that you've just put in. So don't just eat back the calories you've perceived to have earned, because you haven't. Look at the weekly trend and average that you've been moving around on. Mistake number 3 is focusing on one day. Now, one day is important, but today, right now, is not as important as the amount of effort we've put in throughout the week. So one low activity day or one day where we don't go to the gym, it's not going to ruin anything, and one perfect day doesn't change your life. Again, just focus on that consistent effort over time. That's where it will add up. And mistake number 4. Chasing ring streaks. If your move goal is too high and it's stressing you out, lower it, because consistency of effort will always win over intensity of effort in these situations. So that's how the Apple Fitness rings really work, how your watch calculates total daily calories, and how to use that information to lose weight and tone up in the real world. If this has helped, hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below. What's the best thing you found works with your health and fitness journey? And what's your current move goal? Do you hit it or do you mostly miss it? And like I said earlier, if you want those simple to follow, well-structured, properly put together training programs, that link is below. And also check out that 4-step fitness blueprint. Honestly, 4 things you can work on now with actionable tips and tricks. Be consistent with effort on those. That's going to move the needle in the direction you want it to go in. It's all designed to fit around people like you and I. Busy, proper lives, full-time jobs, families, all that kind of stuff. You don't need to be in the gym for hours and hours. Now, following on from this, YouTube is very clever and it knows that you're going to like this video next. So make sure you watch this video next. And as ever, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.